2, 1.
Gaffer, 14 games unbeaten in Sky Bet League One now. It was another tough game at home. How did you see it?
It's frustrating. I think we did enough to win the game. Had enough chances. Chappie's not made a save in the game. So you break it down to simple formats. We had 60% of the ball and had 23 shots. So that's the frustration, that we've had 52 shots in the last 2 home games and centre half scored the only goal. So, but positives are we played Rotherham early in the season, 1-0 up with 10 men, with 10 minutes to go, and lose the game. Today, we obviously go down to 10 men, it's 0-0, and we actually had the best couple of chances in that last 10-15 minute period of the game. So I think they're positives in terms of markers of mentality and togetherness. Clean sheet, just a frustration, but you've got to be respectful as well that Rotherham are fighting for their lives. They came down with us last year as well. So they've got some championship players in there, and they've got some good players, and they've got a really experienced manager. So the fact that we're disappointed is a positive. So it's mixed emotions.
Like you said, it's a strange parallel to the away game. Unfortunately, there's a parallel to the last home game as well, missing a player in the first minute with Nigel having to go off. That didn't seem to knock us out of step as it did against Burton. The lads dominated the first half and dominated the rest of the game after that.
Yeah, I think, like you said, the first minute is difficult, but against Burton, it sort of really knocked us. It took us until to get them into half time to sort of rejig it. Today, I thought the first half we were totally dominant. Second half, they had more of the ball. We probably had less chances, but we actually had better chances in the second half. So we changed shape. We played 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 today again to try and change, try and find a different solution. We ended up putting Anthony Evans on and taking Leesy off because Matty Pearson's like a real threat at set players. So you're thinking, well, that might be the way we score a goal today. So the players are giving us everything. So there's no qualms with that. There's just that last little bit of quality today in that top third. But from my point of view, you ask players to come off the pitch having given you everything, and they did that today. 10 men, and it's another game unbeaten. So it's, like you said, frustration, but there's a bit of, you're pleased with certain aspects of it as well, because there was some good play in there as well.
Yeah, and it was good to see a few faces back as well. Like you say, Anthony Evans, Captain Jonathan Hogg on the bench as well. Joe Hodge playing for a large period of the game after having been out for a while. But on the flip side, you've got David Kasuma, who's unfortunately missing now. Danny Ward, like as you say, is going to be out for a while, and Nigel Lomwike. It seems to be a couple come back and a couple go out at the same time.
Yeah, 3 in, 3 out. Cass, Herbie and Wells have been really, really good. They've sort of held the fort together in that part of the pitch. Cass got pulled his hamstring in a really innocuous incident where we weren't actually doing that much. Nigel's been really good. Wellesley looks tired at the minute, but just to keep rolling him out. So, but the pleasing part is, like I said, but Hodges, he's played 20 minutes in 10 weeks. So he was limited on his minutes anyway because we didn't really want to be starting him, but I thought he was good. I thought he dictated the play really well. Anthony Evans has done 2 days training. Looked sharp when he came on. Hoggy's done 1 day's training, and match day -1, basically yesterday, is really, really low. But we're at a point where we thought the type of game it's one for him. So we're having to get people fit on the job. So it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough period. You look at a lot of the fixtures through the leagues today, and there's not many goals because supporters don't sometimes understand. I know we had a game called off the other day, but this has been relentless, and it will be relentless for the next week. Once we get to next week, they can have a bit of a break and take a deep breath. But it's tough, and it's easy for me standing on the sideline shouting, "Run, press, get up, shift, win that tackle. Now go and run out there." It's tough for them, and like I said, they're giving us everything. It's all we can ask for.
It's not going to get any easier in the next week either, with a trip to Wycombe midweek and then Shrewsbury the weekend after. It's a really tough mental period as much as it is physical as well.
It's mentality. Your legs will go wherever your mind tells them to. So if everyone keeps telling the players they're tired, which I know I just said Wellesley is tired, but we weren't telling him that. Hopefully he doesn't listen to this. So we do certain things in pre-season to put them through it. For moments like this, it's like an anchor point for the season. And you've got to find a way. Weirdly, our away form has been really good. I think we've won our last 3 or 4 away games. So, but difficult for 2 different reasons. You're playing 2 teams that are fighting for their lives at upper ends of the table, but doesn't mean that any game is any easier than the other. So, we go to Wickham, and all of a sudden it's good 4 points if we win that. So we'll wait and see. But it's rest up, recuperate, count the bodies, and come up with a plan.
I just wanted to have a quick word about Ruben Roskin as well. Obviously, it's not the debut he would have wanted. I've not seen the incident back, and I don't believe you have either. But it's important that this doesn't hopefully affect him too badly, because he'll have wanted to come on, make an impression at home, and it's not gone his way.
Probably sums where we're up at the rate in terms of luck. I've not seen the incident back. So yeah, it's not what he wanted. We've got to look after him now. Again, he's not even trained with the group. So it shows you where we are. We didn't really want him involved today, but you're looking around the bodies and you're thinking how the game might pan out. What do you want? Because we don't just pick subs just because there's other people that were fit, but we thought we might need him. But so I've probably named 3 or 4 players there that have done 2 days training between them. So it's been tough, but yeah, we got to support him now. He's a good kid and hopefully be an asset for the football club.
The last thing I want to ask you is, we've drawn the last 3 home games, but as you said previously,
we beat Stockport 1-0.
Oh, sorry. Every time I try and do a statistic, I get it wrong, so I'm going to leave that alone. But we were finding ways to lose these type of games, is what I wanted to say earlier on in the season. We're not doing that now, and that 14-match unbeaten run in the league is going really well. Is it important that even though on a day like this, supporters might feel a bit disappointed that it's not 3 points, that we take a look at the bigger picture sometimes?
I think there's 4 draws in those 14 games. Crawley we totally dominated. Today we totally dominated. And Burton we totally dominated. The only one we didn't was Wrexham at 0-0. So you're not going to win every game, whether you like it, whether you don't. We want to win every game, and we've set out and we've tried to win the game today. We're not hanging on. So yeah, it's finding ways. And ultimately today, like I said, from my point of view, if you said, right, the next 2 home games, you're going to have 52 shots, I'll take that all day. And they're not pot shots from 40 yards either. They're good opportunities. So it's just keep doing that, and hopefully something drops.
Gaffer, thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, Rog.